Hello everyone! Today we'll be diving into one of the most significant events in Philippine history, the Cry of Balintawak. This event marked the beginning of the Philippine Revolution in 1896, symbolizing the Filipinos' united resistance against Spanish colonial rule. While the Cry of Balintawak is a pivotal historical moment, it is also surrounded by differing accounts. In this presentation, we'll explore four versions of the story as narrated by Pio Valenzuela, Santiago Alvarez, Gregorio de Jesus, and Guillermo Masangkay. Lastly, I reflect on how this historic event resonated with me as a Filipino, shaping my understanding of patriotism and national identity. So, let's get started. Pio Valenzuela, a key figure in the Philippine Revolution and a close associate of Andres Bonifacio, provided his version of the historic Cry of Balintawak, which symbolized the beginning of open revolution against Spanish colonial rule. According to Valenzuela, the date and the location. Valenzuela placed the event on August 23, 1896 at Balintawak, a gathering point for the Katipunan members. Valenzuela described a critical meeting led by Andres Bonifacio and attended by Katipunan members. The focus was on their next step after the discovery of the Katipunan by Spanish authorities. In this assembly, Bonifacio passionately urged the group to take immediate action against Spanish rule. As a dramatic and symbolic act of defiance, Bonifacio tore his cedula, which is the residence certificate, in front of the assembled Katipuneros. The act signified the rejection of Spanish oppression and their readiness to fight for freedom. Inspired by Bonifacio leadership, the other Katipuneros followed suit, tearing their own cedulas and shouting cries of revolution. Valenzuela account emphasized the event as a unifying moment for the Katipunan, where they openly declared their rebellion. It underscored the spirit of courage and collective resolve among Filipinos to fight for independence. However, it's worth noting that accounts of the Cry of Balintawak differ among witnesses and historians, with variation in the date and the exact location of the event.
Gregorio de Jesus, born May 9, 1875 in Caloocan, Manila. Dead March 15, 1943 at age 67. Andres Bonifacio, 1893-1897. Julio Nakpil, 1898-1943. Mother, Baltasara Alvarez Francisco. Father, Nicolas de Jesus. Gregorio de Jesus, the wife of Andres Bonifacio, and a key figure in the Katipunan, provides a version of the historic cry that highlights focus on Bonifacio's leadership. De Jesus' account emphasizes Andres Bonifacio's role as a leader and the solemnity of the event. Her narrative presents Bonifacio as a figure of resolve and determination, inspiring the Katipuneros with his speeches and action. The event is depicted as a significant and grave decision marking the official break from Spanish rule. Location: Pugadlawin, often associated with the cry, is where de Jesus places the event. This is where the Katipuneros are said to have gathered and made their historic declaration of rebellion. Details of the cry. In her account, the tearing of cedulas personales or residence certificates symbolized the formal rejection of Spanish authority. De Jesus also recalls the gravity of the event, with the revolutionaries fully aware of the risk involved in defying the Spanish colonial government. Historical significance. De Jesus' version underscores the solemn nature of the gathering, portraying it is a pivotal moment of unity and bravery. Her emphasis on Bonifacio's leadership highlights his central role in rallying the Katipuneros, inspiring them to take action. While other accounts differ in date and location, De Jesus' narrative offers an intimate perspective focusing on the emotional and symbolic aspect of the event and its leadership.
Santiago Alvarez, another key figure in the Philippine revolutions, provided a distinct version of the historic cry that began the open rebellion against Spanish colonial rule. His account emphasizes the following. On August 24, 1896, at Bahay Toro, now part of Quezon City, the details of the meeting. Alvarez's version provides a more detailed narrative of the events. The meeting at Bahay Toro involved discussion among the Katipuneros, members of the revolutionary group Katipunan, about the impending revolutions. It was marked by debates over the timing and readiness for the planned uprising against Spanish rule. Leaders, including Andres Bonifacio, discussed critical matters such as strategies, recruitment, and logistics. The cry. In Alvarez's account, the event culminates in a collective and decisive act of rebellion. Revolutionaries symbolically tore their cedulas personales, residence of certificates, signifying their break from Spanish colonial rule and refusal to pay taxes to the Spanish government. This act was accompanied by passionate calls for independence, marking a unifying and dramatic start to the revolutions. Historical significance. Alvarez's version highlights the deliberative nature of the revolution, showing how decisions were collectively made. It provides a broader context to the symbolic act of tearing cedulas, presenting it as the culmination of strategic planning and revolutionary fervor. While Alvarez's account varies in date and location compared to other versions like those of Pio Valenzuela or Gregoria de Jesus, it reinforces the spirit of defiances and unity that characterized by the Philippines revolutions.
Guillermo Masangkay version of the Cry of Balintawak emphasized the collective spirit and unity of the Katipuneros. According to Masangkay, the event took place in Balintawak, where Katipuneros gathered to discuss their course of action against Spanish colonial rule. The highlight of this version is the symbolic tearing of cedulas, which is the tax of certificate, which marked their defiance against oppression and their call for national unity in the fight for independence. Masangkay account portrays the event as not just an act of rebellion but also a powerful representation of the Filipino people's solidarity and commitment to freedom. This narrative underlines the importance of shared struggle and collective action in achieving the goals of the Katipunan.